They all pretty women, face pretty with a smile on it. Good stories, got a lot of them. Bring the wine, come listen to them, cause they won't let you down. Got girls from the east, got girls from the west. Say exactly how you feel, but be careful how you act. We just spread the love in the culture. The ladies are our that's what we call that.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Ladies of I Talk with your girl, RP, and your girl,
Body.
What's up, you guys? Hi, Sissy Pooh. We apologize about the delay. We were having technical issues. So sorry, you guys.
I was late. What the hell's wrong with this hair, too?
Well, you look cute. Your hair looks really cute. First and foremost, hello, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Again, we apologize. We're late. Let's say hello before we start. Destined to Recover. Welcome, baby. Thank you for being here. Nikki, baby. Zay. Joe Chapo. I Talk If They Only Knew. Scrolling down, you guys. Gregory, welcome. Big Boy, welcome. Chris, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Don't really know. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you right back. I'm on my live.
Normal shit that happens.
What was I gonna say? Don't really know how to start the show today, to be honest. So this morning, we found out that one of our iTalkers, somebody that's near and dear to the iTalk family, has passed away. If you guys don't know who he is, his name is Carlos. That's his real name. He went by Yak, Chicago's finest. And we just found out that this morning that he's no longer with us. We don't know the details. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's just that, you know, it's really sad and shocking that he's, you know, the news that we received that he's gone. If you guys know him, he would come on to our channel and he was just so entertaining and he was funny and he had this like distinctive voice. Hey, what's up, ladies? I talk. Like, I don't know, I can't say it, but he had like this groggy voice and he would always say, oh, in my younger days, I was a scumbag. And, you know, he would tell us like stories. And Joe and Light did actually an interview with him that they played today. So it's just really, it's really weird to even say that, you know, it's like you never know who's next, unfortunately. But just to hear something about somebody that's, you know, comes on here all the time, that engages with us all the time, that supports us, is no longer here and is never going to come back on our panel again and say, what's up, ladies of I Talk? I love you girls. I love you guys. I don't know. It's really, it's shocking is what it is. What's up, Elena? Welcome. Gen X, welcome. Lionel, welcome. What's up, Miss Fee Nicole? Welcome. Yeah, so it's really strange. We have a little video that we made for him that Bodhi's actually going to upload right now. But, you know, we definitely don't want to start any show like this, you know, about any of our loved ones. So it's just really shocking. And, you know, like Bodhi mentioned in one, she posted a comment under the picture that we posted on the Ladies of I Talk that you just never know. You never know who's next. You never know when it's our turn and it's our time. So, you know, give the flowers to those people who you love and are here with you today. Don't wait for tomorrow. You don't know what tomorrow brings. It's just very sad. And, you know, our condolences to his wife and his children and his family. It's very sad. When I first found out this morning, I was in shock. I was like, no way. So very shocking. He got a lot of love on like the picture that we posted in the comments, and everybody's in like utter disbelief. A couple of people did tributes for him already today. Shout out to iTalk if they only knew. Shout out to Dice. If anybody else did, I'm not aware. I was at work, but those are the ones that I got to see. So it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. I don't really know what to say, honestly. And then I was thinking maybe we shouldn't even do a show because what is there really to say? It's just sad. It's just sad to know that one of your like friends, and again, we weren't like super close with him or anything like on a personal level, but we got to engage with him on here, and he used to come on to our panel all the time. So again, to just know that he's not going to come on to our panel again or be in the chat again and, you know, be around his loved ones again is just very, very disheartening. It's very, very sad. Hey, Sarah Patch, welcome. Crystal, hi, baby, welcome. Are you locked in? Welcome. Hey, Chip, welcome. So yeah, you guys, I'm sorry if my energy is low. It's just been a long day, and just hearing this news is just, it's just rough, you know, because you never know, again, when it is your turn. Like, do not wait for tomorrow. Like, call the people that you love now. This is why we did the show the other day of giving your loved one flowers. It's just disheartening. It really is. Don't really know what to say, but this is Carlos right here, you guys. Yak. Let's give him a few minutes of silence. Say a prayer for him and his family. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so thank you, sis. So Bodhi uploaded the picture. She uploaded the video that we created for him. So we're just gonna play this right now, and then we can, you know, either you guys are more than, if you guys know him, you guys are more than welcome to come up and talk about Carlos and Yak. You know, if whatever interactions you've had with him, if you guys want to talk about that, we can definitely do that and talk about the topic another time. Totally up to you guys. But we wanted to give our deepest condolences from the iTalk family. So here it is.
The skies turned gray the day you left us all. Your smile, a memory, can't forget the call. The echoes linger in the empty hall. Your spirit soaring, breaking every wall. In photographs we see your shining face, a timeless beauty that we can't replace. You filled the world with light and endless grace, but now you're gone and left to fill the space. Rest in peace, we'll remember you. In our hearts your love will see us through. Rest in peace, this song's for you. We'll hold your light in all we do. The nights alone without your laughing sound. In dreams we meet where love and joy abound. Though you're not here, your essence is profound. Your voice and whispers all around. We'll cherish moments that we had to share. In every place we feel that you are there. Your gentle touch, a breeze upon the air. Your love eternal beyond compare. Rest in peace, they'll remember you. In our hearts your love will see us through. Rest in peace, this song's for
So that was for you, Yak. We'll miss you. And we just, send our condolences to your family and your loved ones.
Amen.
It's just unreal. It's just unreal. Like, to me,
Love you
again,
too.
hey guys, sorry, we're not reading comments. I apologize. DMW, hey honey, welcome. Stash Cash, welcome. B, welcome. It's just crazy. Like, I always say this, like, death is like my biggest fear of life. Like losing, my family or my parents. Like, just before we got on, I just literally got a call from my parents that my brother's got COVID. It's like, luckily he's okay. But like, you guys, we just never know. We really never know when it's our time, when it's our loved one's time. It's really, really sad. Hey, Rich Martinez, welcome, hon. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So, unfortunately, this is how we had to start our show, but we wouldn't have had it any other way, because we definitely had to share like the love and the appreciation that we have for Yak, and so much time and energy and effort that he, took to spend with us and got to know us and got on the panel with us. So yeah. You guys with wrenches, you need to use them.
Take care of that. Yeah.
So I need you guys to use it, because today is really not the day, because I'm really not in the mood for that. But anyways, yeah, Joe, we definitely need to cherish each other, of course, absolutely. So
If I go, y'all better throw a show and live it up. Be silly, clown me, and laugh the night away. Aw, Gen X.
yeah, it's sad. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys all for being here. We have another topic for you. I didn't post any fun videos that we normally post, because to be honest, I was so not in the mood. So that it is what it is. It's just going to be us talking about this topic. The link was dropped on the community board. So please, if you guys want to jump on and, chat with us and hang out with us and either talk about Yak or just life in general, or this topic, we did have a topic, which is, how can you walk away from your own children but are willing to raise someone else's, right? We see that often. So
Sure do.
yeah, I'm sorry, guys. My mood is not there. I apologize. Thank you, Crystal. And you guys, I know I'm not in the mood and whatnot, but I'll be honest with you, Crystal is fucking hilarious. I was in her live, every time I'm in her live, I swear to God, I'm looking on my phone like a fucking kid, like a schoolgirl laughing at my phone, legit. She's so funny. Thank you for making us laugh. Thank you for the support. Just thank you for being you, girl. You're awesome.
Let me get my charger.
For speedy recovery for your brother. Thank you, Elena. Me too, babe. Me too. I don't even know what to say. I don't really know what to say. Anyways, so the topic, you guys. So we know a lot of times, couples separate and then they have kids. You go, Thank you, Jen X. Said you good, RP. Just hang out with us. I appreciate it. And Bodhi too. It's crazy. It's just wild. But we could talk about the topic so that way we're not, thinking about it. No more locked doors. Hey, hun, welcome. You guys are welcome to join the panel. So, couples break up, right? And, you have kids with one and not the other. So why is it that, and this all honestly just goes for men and women. It's not only men. It can be women, because there's plenty of times that women are not taking care of their children or choose a man over their children, and the father has to take over. Or, same thing with the man. The man gets into a new relationship and he no longer takes care of his children, but he's willing to take care of the girlfriend's new children or the wife's kids. Why do you guys think that is? What's up, Nikki baby? Welcome back, babe. Why do you guys think that is? Got a couple of videos pertaining to this topic. If you have anything to add before I play them?
Oh no, I can talk about it when we get back. I got plenty to say.
Okay. Hey, Chu, welcome. Let's play a couple of videos pertaining to this topic.
That's not fair. That is not fair! That is not fair! And if you wonder if I hate you,
I ain't mad at you. Got nothing but love for you. Do you think, boy?
Talk about bitter baby mamas. Can we talk about the bitter baby daddies for once? Let's bring them to the front of the class, please. Bitter baby daddies. Intentionally making the mother of your child's life hard by not doing your part as a father because you're mad at her? Bitter. Picking and choosing which child that you take care of based on your relationship with the mother? Bitter.
What did that shirt
Hey,
say?
Joe.
Ladies, what's going on?
Salute.
Hey,
salute.
welcome.
Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. I just wanted to comment real quick and just give a quick, RIP to the brother Yak, man. He was a good dude, man. He was definitely a good dude. He was that OG, that big brother that everybody needed. He told it how it is. You know what I'm saying? He used to nail him to the wall, remember? Nail him to the cross.
Yeah, he used to say that.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of mourning him, I think we need to honor him and, talk about the good times and shit, all the laughs that we had with him versus, mourning that he passed, I just wanted to say that real quick and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Thank you,
sure.
Joe.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
He was a huge iTalk supporter. He loved Joe. He loved the ladies of iTalk. Like I said, he used to come on up with like this raspy voice. Hey, ladies of
His
iTalk.
voice, yeah.
Hey, I used to be a scumbag. I used to be a scumbag back in the day.
He loved his wife, though. Yeah. He was faithful. And he loved his wife.
He
Always
did.
had it by
He
his
loved
side.
his wife and his daughters. I believe he only had girls.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to rap his ass off and shit. Anytime he heard motherfuckers spitting on here, he'd fly up here and shit.
I know. Seriously, Nikki. Nikki said, I can't believe I typed that. Yeah, Joe texted me this morning, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. See, I found out because I follow him on Facebook and it's under his real name. And people,
Yeah, I have
posts.
followed him too, but it was in the morning. I was at work. I wasn't
Yeah.
checking social media.
I just seen people putting posts on his page, so I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa!"
no.
And I had to go. Like I read through a whole bunch of them, make sure I was reading
Just
this
to
shit
make sure,
correctly,
right?
Like, I know I'm not tripping.
Hey, Zion. Hey, Zion. Welcome.
Chat Zion.
He was a good dude. Nikki, he was a good guy. Nikki Baby said
For
he
real.
was. He was very supportive. He always came on and had to say his little spiel. And when he didn't agree, he would get his wife. What do you think, babe? She's right here.
Yeah, I used to nail him to the cross, man. I used to nail him to the cross.
Dang, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. But that's why you got to cherish the people around you. Honor the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Hold them in high regard and shit, because they may not be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why we did our.
Mhm.
This is why we gave we had a show that like last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was about giving flowers to our loved ones. Like, why wait? Why wait? Tell the people that you love them today. Tomorrow you might not get that chance. Chip said was one of the most humble, did a lot behind the scenes in Baltimore. More with me. Yeah, and I guess
People.
that I guess Chip met the ladies of iTalk and iTalk through Yak.
Wow. Damn. I ain't know that. What up, Rich?
Zay said, I wish I could see my grandparents so much more. He's got a banner inside the cave. I'll keep it forever. Great
Make
guy.
them calls,
Aw.
yo. Make them calls to those people that you haven't talked to in a long time. You know, you had a little petty ass argument and shit, or just somebody that's been on
Welcome,
your mind.
Pepe.
Hey,
You know what I'm
Pepe,
saying? Make them
welcome.
calls.
Yeah, and it's crazy, like this happened because actually yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday, the day before, I had a friend that I, haven't talked to in some time called, and it was really nice to hear from them. So I'm not going to go into details, it's like personal and stuff, but it was really nice to hear from them and to know that they're doing well and they're thriving and they're just checking on me and see how everything is going. So it was actually nice to hear from them.
Listen,
And it's
that call that
refreshing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of catch up and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you find out they've done so many things and this and that. And it feels nice. Like,
Yeah, because I'm like proud of that person, when they're like doing good things and they're achieving what they've wanted to accomplish and it's happening. Like, I love that from my friends, Hey, Queen Viva, welcome.
welcome, Queen.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
Listen,
definitely,
that call that you make, you never know what, where that person is in their life and shit. That call that you can make to them, even just a 5-minute call, could save their life.
Sure
You know what I'm
can.
saying?
And you don't know
Change
the last call either. Like,
Yeah.
You never know what that person.
yeah, but we always find we have like these excuses, I'm busy, I'm this, I'm that, but it only takes a second to even a text. It doesn't have to be an actual phone call. You can text somebody, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, I miss you. Hey,
welcome,
hope all is well. Hey, hustle man, welcome, hun. It's just wild. It's just wild. It's like wild. Hey, Atlanta girl, welcome, hun. But let's move on a little bit, you guys. Trying to cheer up a little bit because, again, if you guys can see, you could tell my spirits are kind of low. Yeah.
You want to hear a dad joke?
Sure.
Sure.
Sean got to go with the rooster one.
Oh, so
hi, Sean.
Can you hear him?
Hey. So there's 3 roosters, right, on a farm, and they're all battling to see who gets to the fence line first. So you got a regular rooster, a dyslexic rooster, and you got a gay rooster.
Oh,
right?
Lord.
So the next morning, 5 a.m., right when the sun starts coming out, the fucking they start darting out to the fence line. The first one that gets there is the regular rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Then the dyslexic rooster. Doodle-doodle cock. And then the gay rooster. Any cock will do.
That's cute. Hey, Peyton. Hey, the word welcome. Where's my bell? Ding, 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 ding.
I knew where it was going because I've heard it before. So it was like, that's why I went, oh, God.
Is that a dad joke? Or is that like a stupid ass
That's
joke?
not a dad joke. That's a
dirty dad joke.
Dirty dad joke. There you go.
Elena said I didn't get it. Oh, my little innocent baby.
You didn't get it, Elena?
It's okay. You don't need to get it. It's really not important. You don't need to get it.
Any cockle-doo?
Oh shit! There you go. Anybody else got a dad joke?
Anyway, moving on. All right, enough cock jokes. Let's talk about our topic.
With this damn pollen. You better be glad you're not here.
Oh,
I'm not allergic to pollen. I'm not allergic to anything except bullshit.
Yeah, that pollen
No, Joe.
killed me, yo.
That shit killed him last year.
Man.
Oh my God, it's horrible. I washed the car, and as soon as I got out, it was all full of pollen again.
RP stands for Russian Princess Peyton. And Bori stands for Boricua. Destin, good night, boo boo. Thank you for making it here. I'm sorry that
Thank
we
you
were
so
late.
much.
We appreciate it. If you guys are not following everybody in the chat, please go do so. Support one another. And you guys, the ladies of iTalk hit 5,500 subscribers yesterday.
Yay.
That's what's up, dude.
So thank you guys for all your support, all your love. We wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for you. So
All the sharing,
thank you,
they share
guys.
our page out. That's amazing. Right, Atlanta girl.
By this time next year,
Yeah.
y'all gonna be at 500,000 or 5.5 million.
And we still won't be monetized because of copyright. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Atlanta girl. I know we're excited. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna celebrate this Saturday on the Ladies of iTalk.
Stop.
Yes, we're gonna celebrate our success on the Ladies of iTalk this Saturday. So please come join us for game night. We're gonna have a lot of people on the panel. Come hang out, have a drink, have a snack, hang out with us, and chill, share us out. Let everybody know it's game night on the Ladies of iTalk this Saturday.
Yo, hit that link, y'all. Hit the link. Come up.
But let's get to the topic, you guys. Let's talk about this topic. So, Joe, you have kids. Sean, you have kids.
Kid.
What's up, Capology? Welcome.
Bodie has kids.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One.
Bodie has kids. Yeah, I apologize. A lot of you guys in the chat have kids. So, can a lot of you guys relate to this topic? How can you walk away from your own children but are willing to raise somebody else's?
Okay, so are you saying the people that voluntarily walk away or people that's pushed out?
Yeah.
Voluntarily.
There's a difference.
Voluntarily, like they just choose not to. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you my example. So I was dating somebody a long time ago, years ago. He had 3 children, right? They were all under 18. He was paying child support for their kids, but it wasn't like mandated by the courts. But every week he would go get money orders and he would send his ex, money, right? Every week. I remember. Hey, good morning. Hey, Margarita, welcome. So we appreciate Capology. Thank you so much. So he was, before he met me, like for years, right? His oldest was like 13 at the time, like something like that, right? And for years he would like pay child support. When he wasn't in prison, he would pay child support and take care of his kids, right? For years. As soon as she found out that he was dating me and that he was serious, what's up, Chip? Welcome.
Salute. I just want to make this kind of
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we get you. I just want to definitely make sure I give Yak his flowers, man. Cause behind the scenes, like a lot of times, us content creators, we'll get together behind the scenes, and there's a lot of things that, on a positive aspect, that a lot of these brothers and sisters do behind the scenes that is unbelievable. You know what I mean? For those that don't know, Yak, he did have a food truck. I mean, numerous times he done pulled up to events and kind of catered the event, just on the strength. His wife, phenomenal. Kids. You talking about an individual who really put himself out there, especially for the youth. I'm gonna definitely miss him. And again, through Yak, I met y'all. Yak also, introduced me to a lot of other people on these YouTube streets. One of my other closest homeboys passed away too, which is Jed Ocampo. He actually grew up on my block, so the connection between Jed Ocampo, Yak, Wax AP, so on and so forth, China Brim, we by far, it's a lot deeper than just this social media stuff. It's crazy that knowing Yak, like right now, he would want everybody to sure enough celebrate life, play some music, play his song, and just remember the good positive stuff instead of soaking. But it's a tough one, man. Definitely a tough one. Salute to the chat. Salute to y'all. Y'all definitely to each and every individual who took the time out to stop in here tonight. I salute y'all, and I just want to honestly say, from the deepest bottom of my heart, I legitimately want to see y'all win. I love y'all. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. And like you said, make them phone calls, man. Please reach out if you do have individuals on other apps, and you rock with them like that. Reach out, cause you just never know. But let me go back in the chat, y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all, I definitely gonna come on a platform and be boo-hooing. I can't. Sorry, but yeah, y'all do what y'all do, man. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you so
We
much for your
appreciate
words.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chip. We appreciate you. And Chip is
What up, Jay?
amazing, you guys. If you don't know, he's got so much knowledge, so much wisdom. He's just genuine people. Please go support him as well. Again, and support everybody in the chat. Hey, Jay, welcome.
Hashtag are you locked in?
Jay, can you hear me? Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's the government.
Just a little bit of yak real quick.
That's his song.
Throw some fists in the chat for yak. Just want to play a little something, for people that don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, Jay, can you hear me?
What's up?
Hey, welcome.
So to the topic. See, like I said, with the topic, I see the topic in two different lights. And shit, but you focusing on one as far as the people that voluntarily walk away and decide to take care of other people's kids and shit. I think sometimes they may think of it. It sounds fucked up, It sounds fucked up when you put, say it out loud, but they may see it as a second chance.
Hey, Indiana, welcome.
A second chance at getting it right.
Joe, I think you're cutting out, hon. I can't hear you.
I heard him. He said about having
Or
a
is it
second
me?
chance to get it right.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's me then. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me in the chat? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Jay, can you hear me? Jay,
I can hear you.
You're very low. I think you're kind of low today.
Zay, thank you for being here.
My low.
You turn your volume
Thank
up.
you, Zay. Have a good night.
My volume is up. I'm not yelling.
I'm talking about RP.
Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear everybody else good except him.
That's what I'm saying. Turn your volume up.
I don't know.
Playing favoritisms?
I just did. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I guess it's just me. Go ahead. They can hear you in the chat. Margarita can hear.
Nah, what I was just saying is, it sounds fucked up to say it out loud and shit and say it, but some people may see it as a second chance as getting it right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they failed as a father in their first kid's life or whatever and shit. Maybe they might be a little older. I don't know. I'm just putting scenarios out there and shit. And maybe
Yeah.
they may feel like this is a second chance at trying to get it right.
Hey,
I
Larissa.
don't know.
I mean, that could be,
I
right?
can't
But
imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, again, from what you said, again, this is just all hypothetical, right? Because there's so many different things. But to me, right, in your scenario, if say it was me, right, and I didn't get it right with my husband and my kids, and I left, right? 20 years later, I'm a different person. My mentality is different. I've been raising my husband's children that are not biologically mine. But if you now decide to say, you know what, I want to get it right, wouldn't you like maybe try to reach out to your biological children to maybe have
I don't
a
know.
little
I
bit
mean,
of a relationship and apologize?
maybe it's something that is not coming back, or maybe something heavy, or maybe it's been 100 years. Like there's so many different scenarios, like.
Well, I'm gonna speak from experience. Okay. I had 3 kids with the same guy, same dad. All of my kids belong to the same person, right? I wasn't the type of person to be running around or this or that or whatever. So I had what was thought to be a very stable relationship at that time. And so we decided that we needed to part ways, or I guess I felt I needed to get away from a situation that was not healthy for me. So even though I walked away from it, I didn't take his kids away from him to make it clear, right? I do not know how many times I had to reach out to him for him to reach out to his kids. I don't know how many times I had to drive to his house to take the kids so that he can see the kids, because the kids wanted to see him. I moved to Georgia, and I can tell you that every other weekend I drove from Georgia to Florida so that my kids could see their dad. Like, I don't know how many efforts I put into this for my kids, not for him, for my kids, right? However, he got married to somebody who had 2 kids, and he had no issues helping with providing. He had no issues helping with school. He had no issues posting school events, posting stuff that he was participating in. Meanwhile, you had 3 kids where they were practically begging for you to come pick them up at the house, and you never came. And I had to make excuses for him because I didn't want my kids to feel some type of way. I could have sat there and been that bitter bitch mom and be like, yeah, your fucking dad is a lowlife. Who was I going to hurt? So I never did that. Here we run up all the way to where they were 17, 18, ready to be graduating from high school. He's back in their lives because he decided to move up here to Georgia, and he decided he wanted to try to be in their lives. And of course, I didn't interfere because I feel that after 15, my kids knew what they were doing. I told them to go ahead and, try to participate in their dad's life, whatever, give them a chance. You figure it out for yourself, whatever the case might be. And now you're the proud dad posting how proud you are of your graduates, your high school graduates, what amazing son and daughters you had, and this and that. Like, so are we not going to talk about how thank you to the mother of my kids that got my kids this far on her own? We're not going to talk about a fucking phone call and be like, I'm so sorry for what I put you through. I'm so sorry for what you had to go through. Call your kids and be like, I am so sorry that I was an absent father. I'm so sorry that your mom had to struggle. And sometimes you had no power in the house because she had to pick and choose what to pay because I wasn't giving her money for you guys. I'm so sorry. Like, so we're not going to talk about that. Me personally, for myself, without any I'm sorry, I've already forgiven him because I needed to move on from that and take that trash out of my life. And that was the way I was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But my kids got big. My kids did start questioning him. My kids did confront him. My kids did want answers. And he had nothing to say other than, so did your mom trash me out, in your heads or whatever, because blah, blah, blah. Your mom trashed you out. Fucking mom drove to Florida every fucking other weekend for you to see your kids. What are you talking about? If that was the case, I would have never done that. My kids are healthy and grew up with a healthy mind and a healthy heart and a loving, caring heart, kind people because of me. What the fuck are you talking about? Had I instilled any of that hate in them, they probably wouldn't be as nice people as they are now. So to me, I don't have the answer, but I wish I did, because to be honest with you, I don't care about him helping somebody else raise their kids, because that's what you chose to do. But it would have been nice for you to have done something for your own kids, you know?
Right.
So again, there was no competition as far as, oh, why you do with hers? Why you don't do with mine at the moment? But it was always in the back of my head. It was hurtful, not to me. It was hurtful because the kids were asking questions. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the answers, but I sure as hell wish I did, because it would be nice to understand what goes through somebody's head. What's the process you're going through? And he wasn't without a job. He stayed with the house. He stayed with the car. He stayed with the furniture. He stayed with everything because I left the house. So he wasn't missing out on anything. It wasn't like, look, I couldn't do it because I was living under a fucking bridge. I get it. I couldn't do it because I was having to sleep in my car. I get it. I was almost sleeping in my car. You had the whole fucking house. And the response was, well, if you can't handle the kids, then just leave them here and you go do you. So what kind of a mom would that have made me?
You're amazing. You're an amazing mom. You never bashed your kid's dad.
I never did. And you can ask my kids. My kids will tell you. What they know or what they say is their experience once they started learning and understanding that mom was lying to them.
Right. But the thing is, you weren't doing that, and he was probably assuming that you were bad mouthing the dad. You know what I'm saying? But you weren't. And now that they're older, they see that mom did everything to protect, you know? Yeah, Body's a strong lady, man. 3 kids that she raised on her own. I don't think I could do it. I mean, 3 kids by herself, that is so hard. I can barely take care of my Oreo.
Look, once mommy mode kicks in, you don't know how strong you are until you have to be strong, and being strong is all you have. And that goes for single mothers and single fathers. You really don't know what you really have in you until you have to, step up to the plate.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Crystal.
Your Body, you're getting a lot of love in the chat.
I see.
It's
Thank
true,
you.
Preston, welcome, hun.
Jay,
the kids always realize when you get older. It's okay. He's fine.
Okay.
what you think about
Hi,
that,
Peyton.
Jay?
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, Peyton.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm sorry y'all going through this hard time. I just hope y'all pray that y'all get better and things go better for y'all. I know
Thank you.
when I hear sad stories like this, it touches my heart. I just hope everything gets better for y'all.
Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate that. Thank you for all the support. And we're sorry to hear that you're, I know you live kind of far from your grandparents and you don't get to see them often. You know what I mean? So I wish that you'll be able to see them soon.
Yeah.
Just make sure you call, call every day, check on them.
Right, trusted.
By you calling them and them hearing your voice, that brightens their day.
She might do video call.
Peyton, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you see them on FaceTime or video call or any of that?
Yeah, I got their phone number and I still call them every once in a while.
Okay.
Call more often, Peyton. Call more often.
Yeah,
I will
it sounds like it's
definitely do that.
weighing on your heart. So
Uh-huh.
you got to do something. Whatever you know what it is you have to do. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. But it sounds like it's weighing on you. You got to lighten that load right there.
Mhm.
Good job, Creston. Creston said, I call mine every day. I don't see them.
Yeah.
That's good. He calls it. Yeah. I talk to my parents all the time. They'll text or call all
It's
the
always
time.
good to get back connected with them if you haven't seen them in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I don't have any grandparents, no parents. You know what I'm saying? No real family to call.
Yo,
So
Coco. Yep, life too short to not make those phone calls, right, Margarita? Crystal,
guys have-
I believe it's the absent parent responsibility to reach out to their kids.
You guys have me, and I have you.
Yes, absolutely.
you and me, I have you.
No, but I was gonna say, well, Bodhi was actually even like when Bodhi was talking about her situation with her kids, like my mind went somewhere completely different. That has nothing to do with like the topic or whatnot. But like, if you guys don't know, like this is iTalk, right? The two of us and the two of them, right? And then Light, he's not here right now, but the guys come up all the time to support us, and we go over there to support them. But you guys can tell that like they see that my energy is low. They see that Bodhi's kind of like out of it a little bit due to like the circumstances, and they like jumped up to like support us, So whatever they were doing, they dropped whatever they're doing to be with us, to help run the show, to entertain, to talk for us if we're just quiet or kind of like in zombie land, because that's where I am right now. I'm sorry. But boys, I want to thank you guys for joining and supporting us.
Of course. You would do it for us. Yeah. Listen, everybody's human. Everybody has their moments and shit. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. But I'm not usually like this. I'm usually like outgoing and fun or whatever, but I'm sorry. My energy is just low.
You might need another dad joke.
One more, please. Yes.
One more? You want another dad joke? Come on, Sean.
Yes, iTalk family. Yes, the entire iTalk is the truth, for real. Thank you. Yep, this is our little family. Like, we support each other, the good, the bad. And the fact is we know each other personally. Like, we have personal relationships. We love each other genuinely. This is our little family, and they're there for us, and we're there for them. So, yeah, this is our little team.
How do you
If you fuck with one, if you fuck with one, you fuck with all.
There you go. There's the joke right here, Sean.
How do you keep fish from smelling?
Wash it.
Nope.
Our
You cut off their noses.
I can't stand you.
You wanted it.
That was
Windows.
That was-
Going on.
Wendell. Margarita said, yes, love the iTalk family. They're always welcoming and uplifting. You guys don't ever exclude, and you're always raw and real. Thank you. We try. We appreciate that.
It's always facts over feelings.
Yeah. Wendell said it's never all the way happy when a friend passes. Yeah, definitely. Lucia, hi, baby. Welcome.
Somebody else, come hit the link. Hit the link, people. Hit the link. The link is posted.
Atlanta girl, thank you for being here. I know you guys, as you guys can see, like we're totally out of it today. And again, we're not really even talking about the topic. We're just here. Just whatever comes to mind.
Topic. We touched the
I mean, yeah, we touched. Yeah. But I was. Thank you, Lucia. Yeah, it's wild. But like I was saying earlier before Chip got on, like I was dating somebody and he was taking care of his kids, like he was sending money weekly, right? But as soon as the mother found out that he was with me and he was dating me, and now his mom was like talking about me and the fact that he was happy and he was in a healthy relationship, she was so mad that he actually was, he moved on and he had a serious relationship, that she put him on child support. I remember he was sitting in the car with me and she was going off on him, and he was like, do what you got to do. Put me on child support. I don't care. I pay for my, I support the kids anyway. So if that's what you're going to do, do it. And she was spiteful, and she went and she put him on child support. And guess what? It was less than what he was paying her weekly.
Yeah, see, she shot herself in the foot.
Sure did.
Yeah. And then she was like, saying whatever she had to say or whatnot, but she was bitter. She was upset, and that's what happens. And unfortunately, he wasn't seeing the kids because they're in a different state. But eventually the kids came out for the summer to spend time with them or whatever. But due to him being in a new healthy relationship where he was happy, she did that to him. She went to court and filed. Lucia said a lot of women are scornful for the wrong reasons, for sure.
Welcome,
Manuel,
Emma.
welcome. Thank you for being here.
Well,
It's crazy. At the end of the day, you slept with this person. You decided to have children with this person. So, but at the same time, as I would never, and again, I'm different. I come from a family that's very loving and very close. So I just can't imagine me having a child with somebody, right? I waited this long to have a child with somebody. Hopefully I picked the right person, right? And if God forbid, he and I separate or divorce or break up, I would never keep my child from their dad. I know how important it is. I love my dad.
Welcome,
I
Blazer.
love my mom. I wouldn't want anybody to keep me away from them if they were separated. So make it better. You got to make right decisions with the dads, but people change. Things happen, right? You think they're one way, and then unfortunately they turn out to be somebody else and somebody different. But
it's
for
not only
me,
dads,
regardless,
right?
I'm sorry.
There's women walking away from their family too.
Yeah. I know. I said that earlier. There's plenty of moms that choose a boyfriend over their kids. Absolutely. It's not one-sided, you guys. That's not what I'm saying. It's both men and women. Both do the exact same thing. But to be honest, we hear more of the men doing it than the women, right? But again, it does happen. And I know I was talking to another friend of mine the other day, and the guy that she's with now, he had kids with this other lady, and now the new girlfriend is taking care of his kids because the mom said, you know what, this is too much for me. I can't take it. And she chose the boyfriend over her kids. And luckily, she has the kids have a good, loving stepmom and a good influence to take care of her children. It happens to everybody. But again, for me, I just cannot imagine myself holding my child back from their father. That's you mess with their life. You mess with their mental. You don't want the cycle repeated. You should up-talk that person like you have a good dad. He works hard. And you would hope that father is there and supporting and helping financially. You know what I mean? And just being there also. Financially is not a father. You want to be involved, the day-to-day things, be engaged, the games, the conversations, the dinners, the dates that you have with your kids. Show a little girl that you need to open the car door. Teach little boys what they need to do. You know what I mean? Every little child needs their parent, boy or girl. It's just wild to hear that.
See, what it is bitter parents, what I'm saying, holding their kids like they're a weapon, utilizing them like they're a weapon to hurt the other side.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chuck. You're awesome. Thank you, honey.
Yes,
They're throwing purple hearts for us. Thank you, hon. Thank you, Chip. Chip is the man. I really respect him. I respect I respect everybody in here, but Chip, man, he's dope, man. But yeah, and it's really, and it's, there's some instances when a parent wants to be a parent and wants to be a father and wants to be a mother, but for whatever reason, the child is withheld for whatever reason, right? And the mother might have a reason, the father might have a reason, but at the end of the day, you need to put your reasons to the side. If the child is not being harmed, if the child is, if the dad or the mom wants to be involved, how dare you keep this child away from their parent, man or woman? How dare you? How dare you keep my child away from me, knowing I want to be a parent?
You're
Sour
looking
Patch
at
said,
it all wrong.
How's that?
She's looking at it all wrong.
How so?
I'm looking at
Because
it all wrong.
you can't generalize everybody's situation. You don't know everybody's situation. Everybody's situation is different that has kids. There's a
I
reason
understand that.
why, hold on, let me finish. There's a reason why the two parents are not together. That's not saying that they're not in the kid's life, because we don't know. It could be in the life or not. But there's a
It
reason
wasn't
why the
about
two
being
parents, the
together.
mother and the father, are not
I'm
together.
Why? But we're talking about the ones
situations
that are
where-
not in their
I'm talking
lives.
about the situations where the mother or the father is
Exact.
holding that
That's what I'm
child.
speaking on. That's what I'm speaking on. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody's situation is different. There are a lot of people that have kids with several different people, and at the end result, if you got a kid with someone, you're not with that person, you're not in the same household with that person, that kid is going to lack something.
Stop.
So whoever,
Not necessarily. I definitely.
let me finish,
not agree with
because
that.
you're not understanding. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if the man ain't in the household with the child and the mother, that child is going to lack something. It's going to be having a missing factor right there. So if he's with another woman who has kids and he's in the household with them, that that child who's not his is going to gain a little more, because that man is going to be there in the household, and that child will be able to see a male figure, dominant figure in that household. So the other child is going to miss out a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
but
get
you
what
can
you're
do
saying, Jay.
both.
However, hold on real
You
quick.
can do
I get what
both.
you're saying. But if there's even though the father may not be living in the same household, but the father is engaged, right? And the child is living with the mom and the father is like in another home or whatever.
Easy.
If the dad is involved, I don't feel like the child is missing out on much. If he has
Listen,
two like
the
parents that
child,
love
I
him.
mean, the father can still be involved in his kid's life. He
Okay.
still can be involved in his kid's life.
Hi, Izzy.
But the child is still going to lack, because that family unit is not whole. He's not in the household. A
I don't
family
agree with
unit is, a child needs to see a family unit, a mother, father, child. That's a household. That's a
no.
home. If the father is not
We're
there
gonna
in the
agree to
home because the
disagree on
mother and
that.
father can't come together, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
missing something. He's creating a home somewhere else with
No.
another woman and
No.
and her kid.
No. Nope.
You don't see it like that because you think I did it on my own, and that's cool.
No,
But your
because
household was missing
no,
that
no, no, no,
that
no, no.
complete unit.
The reason I don't think like that is because I know what I went through, and my kids didn't lack anything thanks to this bitch right here. So no, they didn't
You
lack.
went through because he wasn't in the household, right?
What do you mean?
Y'all weren't together, right?
No, but my kids didn't lack anything. What did my
Okay.
kids lack? I gave them what they needed. They had
Are you
everything
saying
that
they
they
Okay,
needed.
you gave
mentally,
them what
Jay?
they needed.
Correct.
You gave them what they. You're only
Correct.
the
So they
mother.
didn't
They're
lack.
still missing out on the father. Y'all not
What
getting
did
the point.
they? Okay, my thing is, what did they miss out on? Because to me missing out on something means I'm missing that part in my life, and it didn't help me succeed because I missed out on that. So no, I don't
I'm
think
not
that.
saying they didn't
I don't
succeed in
think that
life
way
or
because
do
in
the
my head,
things that they may have wanted to
when you're
do,
saying, give
but
me a
a
second. When
child
you're
does need
saying,
mother and father
give me a
in their life.
second. No, they don't. No, they don't. People need to stop thinking like that. No, they
No,
don't.
you
I'm
can't be
tired of
both. You
people
only one
freaking
person.
saying, I'm
You're
tired
only
of
one
people
person.
freaking saying the man is the one that shows the child this. Shut
You're
the
not the
fuck
man.
up.
How can you
Shut the
show a
fuck
how
up.
can you show a
Can you
young
let me
boy how to be
talk?
a
But
man?
can you let me talk? Can you let me talk?
But you ain't answering the
I would
question.
love to see a person interact with my son and tell me that my son didn't get raised correctly because he didn't have the man
I'm
showing
not
him.
saying he didn't get raised correctly.
But I'm talking
I'm not saying that.
hypothetically.
I'm
I'm
saying you
talking
can't teach him how to be a
hypothetically.
man.
Oh my God. So my son doesn't know how to be a man because I
I
didn't know
say
how to teach him
you
that.
can't teach him how to be a man.
So my son does not know how to be a man because I couldn't teach him that.
See, you taking it the
Is that
wrong way.
what you're saying? No, I'm not taking it the wrong way.
Yeah, you did. I
The
said
only
you're a
difference-
woman.
The only difference between me and a man is that I don't have a dick between my legs. That's the
A
only
woman,
fucking
a
difference
woman can
between
raise a
me
young
and a
boy,
man.
but she can't teach him to be a man. You're
I
not a
taught
man.
my son how to be a fucking man.
You're
and
not
I
a man. How can you teach him how to be a man?
You
That's
can't
like
tell
me.
me that.
That's
You
like
weren't
me
in my
trying to
life.
teach
You
my
didn't
daughter how
raise
to be
my
a woman. I
kids.
can't teach her how to be a woman.
You
I'm not a
didn't
woman.
raise my kids, Jay. You don't know my son.
Listen,
You can't
I'm not
fucking tell
saying
me
you
that I
didn't
don't know
raise
how
your
to raise
kids.
my
I'm not
man.
doubting that you didn't raise your kids. You raised your kids.
But you
But what I'm
cannot
saying
tell
is
me that I did
you
not
can't
show him
teach
how to
your
be a
son how
man.
to be a man.
But I
You
did.
can't. You're not a man. Are you a man? Are you a man?
Jay,
But
are
I
you
did.
saying? Are
Are
you
you a man?
saying
It doesn't
biologically?
matter. I don't have a
Exactly.
dick between my
I
legs,
think
but I
he's
act
saying.
better than
Exactly.
a lot of motherfucking men.
So how
Brody,
can
I
you
think he's
express to
saying
him what men
biologically.
go through?
Joe, go ahead because he's pissing me the fuck off right now.
How
Go
can
ahead.
you
I think what he's
express
trying to
what
say
men
is
go through?
Shut
biologically.
up, Jay. Let Joe talk.
I think what he's trying to say is biologically. You could tell him how to
I
be a man. You could
understand.
show him. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? But the feeling is,
But to tell
you know what I'm saying?
Joe, but to tell you even more, who the fuck taught my son how to pee standing up? And I don't pee standing up. Tell me.
Yeah,
Because
but
nobody was
look,
there.
just hear me out
Nobody
though.
was there.
I get
Nobody
that.
was there to
But
say that I couldn't teach
that's
my
a
son
physical
how
act
to
though.
pee standing up. Like
But listen.
they
That's a
automatically
physical.
sit.
That's
They
a physical
automatically
act.
sit.
That's a physical act though. I think what he's trying to say. Hold on, let me land
Go
it.
ahead. Go ahead.
I think what he's trying to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong with shit, is that you could tell him how to be a man. You could show him examples of how to be a man, you know what I'm saying, and what a man could possibly go through, you know what I'm saying? But I think physically and emotionally, if you're not a man, you can only explain it to a certain extent because it's a
And here's
feeling.
my question. And here's
It's a
my
feeling.
question to you.
Like what your body goes through and everything. Like it's a feeling, just like a
Right.
woman.
But,
You know, we could
here,
never experience that.
here's my question to you, right?
Mhm.
If it is a feeling, my feelings belong to who? To me, right?
To you.
Your feelings belong to who? To you. Ain't no fucking goddamn man gonna teach my son about his fucking feelings. I'm sorry.
But
don't
it's
give a
like,
fuck
you know how
who.
women go
it
through.
ain't
You know how
about
women go
feelings.
through.
It
That's
ain't
not
about
how it
feelings.
works.
You know how
Sorry,
girls
not
go
sorry.
from being a girl to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that transition. I can only explain to my daughter, oh, this is what's gonna happen with your body. But the feeling, I can't explain it to her because I've never felt that. So there's things that a guy goes through too, you know, with his body and stuff. Like you can
But that's what
explain
I'm
it
trying
to
to
him.
tell you. And here's my thing. I give you props with as much as you did with your daughter being a man, because I feel that that part is a little bit harder and men still fucking get it down. You see what I'm saying? I give you props for that. But my thing is, even when I explain to my daughters about their fucking periods and shit, I couldn't tell them about feelings. You want to know why? Because I didn't have any issues with my fucking period. I wouldn't get cramps. I wouldn't get headaches. I wouldn't get pain. I wouldn't get bothered. I wouldn't get nothing. And when my daughters started experiencing all of that, what the fuck you think I was? A fucking liar? Because when I told them, well, I don't know what to tell you. Some people do, some people don't. I couldn't explain that to them. And I'm a fucking female. So no, I don't think like that because I know what I went through with all three of
So
them.
you think a man can explain a period to a young girl?
I'm sorry?
You think a man can help a young girl or explain to them about a period?
Absolutely. If you
can
educate
explain
yourself,
it, yes.
Explain that to me.
There's a lot of fathers. There's a lot of fathers who are raising little girls.
Listen, I'm not talking. Hold on. I'm not talking about whatever you read in some book or anything. I can't talk to a young girl about a period, about something I never had in my life.
Well,
but you don't have to feel it. You can
Just like you can't, just like you can't talk to your son or a young boy about scratching his balls every morning because you ain't got no balls to scratch. Come on.
But guess what?
It's a
I
common
knew that
sense.
because I knew what my kid's dad went through, so I was able
Because you
to
saw
explain
another
it.
man do it. That's what I'm saying.
But
You
this
saw
is what
another
I'm
man. You don't know
saying.
what the
But I
feeling
didn't
is like.
need. But I did not need this motherfucker there to teach him.
Hold
You
on,
don't know
Vori.
what the
I could
the
say something
feeling
right
is
quick,
like.
Vori.
I
Come on
didn't.
now.
My
I
fault,
didn't.
y'all.
Hold on,
I
you
don't need
guys.
to know what the feeling feels like. I don't even need to know what a boner
If
feels
you
like to
can't,
explain
if
to
you a
my son
woman,
he's gonna get
yo,
boners. What the fuck? Anyway,
Hold on, you
hey,
guys, real
Stash,
quick. Hold on.
welcome.
Hey, Stash, Lucia,
Wow.
What's
Soundcatch,
going on,
welcome.
RP? What's going on,
Hi,
Vori? What's
everybody
going
in the
on, Cash?
chat.
Hola, everyone.
So I was trying to figure out how to get in here. So I missed a little bit of what you guys were saying, but I was listening when you was like it was y'all said something about um the importance of just like having a man in the household or whatever. Like the reason why I wanted to jump in this conversation is because I feel like, for example, I'm a perfect example because I'm actually going through it. You feel me? So I have a 13-year-old son. You feel me? Me and his mother is not together, but I'm also dealing with another woman who has a 13-year-old daughter. You feel what I'm saying? So I have my own place. The mother and her daughter lives with me. So I'm with her child more than I'm with my child. So the situation that is a little bit funny because since my son was young, like he was 7, 8, he was getting in trouble at school. I was telling his mom, like, yo, listen, he's a young boy. You can't be babying him. You gotta like, you gotta let me discipline him, right? So her being a mom, she was like, yo, you're not gonna be disciplining my child or whatever the case may be, is to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fall back. You feel what I'm saying? Us as men, and this is just I feel like how a lot of men operate in general. Like we let things fall on their face before, you know what I mean, we get too crazy. So I say all that to say I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna wait it out. You eventually, the mother, my baby mother was gonna see. So now fast forward to today. My son is 13 years old. She's now calling me like, you need to come handle your son. He's not listening and everything
exactly. I
like
feel you,
that.
brother.
And I was
You're
like,
breaking
"Th-
up,
Going
th-
through the
Stash.
same thing.
can you hear me? Am I still breaking up?
You're
I can hear
breaking out a
you.
little. Go back to wherever you were at before. Walk back to where you were at.
All right, my fault. So now what I was
Signal
saying
was
was
good behind you.
my bad. So now what I was saying was like since he was younger, I've been telling her, you know, like basically the importance of having a man in this child life. Like you have to be a little bit sterner. You can't let him get away with certain things. Her being a woman and soft and things like that. Oh, you're not gonna be doing this to my baby and all that. It came to a point where I said this is when he was like 7 or 8. You know what I mean? It came to the point where now that he's at that age, he's 13 now. He's damn near, he's getting taller than her. She's trying to tell him certain things, and now she's calling me like, you need to handle your son. But I'm gonna get more deeper into that. It was a situation because I'm from Harlem. I'm from Harlem, New York, and she was in the Bronx. She decided to move to Jersey, far away in Jersey. I told her, I said, you cannot take him to Jersey because you're going to be taking him away from me. You feel what I'm saying? She didn't understand the importance of having me in his life. You feel what I'm saying? So now she ignored it. She was like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I want to do. She moved to Jersey or whatever the case may be, is to the point where again, now my son is getting suspended from school every day. He's fighting. He's doing things. To the fast forward to now, just last week, she calls me like he needs to come live with you. And she was calling me like she's overwhelmed and you feel me, she don't know what to do. And I had to have this conversation with her. I'm like, you feeling overwhelmed because you doing it by yourself. You decided to move out to Jersey by yourself after I told you that wasn't a
Exactly.
good idea. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm literally in a process of like looking for schools for my son, for him to move. Because when he's with me, he don't get in trouble. You feel what I'm saying? But I say all that to say a lot of times, and I'm not saying all women, I'm saying, you know, a nice handful full of women don't understand the importance of what it is to have a man in a household. You feel me? Especially in a child's life, because we do bring that discipline. Like not for nothing, a child needs to be able to look at somebody and be like, I'm not playing with that person. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you keep letting these children feel like, oh, they could do whatever, or they're gonna be babied and all this other type of stuff, they're gonna grow up and be wild. You get what I'm saying?
So, and I
So
understand everything you're saying, but I still think that it depends on the female. It depends on the woman that's raising that kid.
And what you
I
mean
think
about that, boy?
that in your situation, you're trying to do the right thing. You're not trying to be away from your kid. You want to be in his life. It's
Right.
her not allowing you to be there. That's
Right.
different. We're talking about the men that don't want to be there, but are willing to help another woman raise their kid,
But
right?
now let
So it's
hold on,
totally
Bori.
different.
Hold on, Bori. Now,
However,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
however, with the whole discipline, right?
Right.
It depends on the female because I never babied my son. On the contrary, my son became a young adult, the little man of the house before his time because he helped me with his sisters.
Right.
So he was taught well. He was taught to clean, to cook, to take care of himself, and he was taught to like take care of a woman, how to handle a woman, as well as make sure that you don't allow a man to treat your sisters as you wouldn't want, you know, your mom to be treated either, and stuff like that. So he was taught both. He was given tough love. He was treated with a hard hand. My son did football. My son did baseball. My son did every possible sport that he could so that I can keep that structure on him. You know what I'm saying? So I did my job. He didn't need a man to show him discipline in the house.
Hold on,
That's why
Bori.
I'm saying it depends on the female.
So this is,
that's
but
what
this
you
is what I'm
think.
saying. Hold on, let me hold
That's
on,
a
Bori.
different story.
So this is what I'm saying though, because even like from what you said, it does depend on the female, but sometimes it do, you know, come off on the man because, for example, for a long time, because as a man, and I'm gonna represent the fellas, because of a long time, I was like, yo, you know what? Since this is how you feel like you could do this by yourself, you can handle this by yourself, I'm gonna fall back. You feel me? Because if and this is a man that's sitting here and trying, you feel me? But a lot of times, like men is not gonna go back and forth with females and fighting with females and all that. Just that ain't gonna ever end well with us. So what I did was, like you said, I'm a different example because I was trying. But me trying also led me to a point to be like, yo, you know what? I'm falling back. And to the point where now she calls and she's like, you know what? You know, I see what you're saying now. So a long time, I was considered through her lens a deadbeat, a person that's not there because I'm not doing what she wanted me to do, or you feel me? Like I'm not under her umbrella. You feel me? For a long time, I'm like, nah, this is not what we doing. I don't think you should be doing this. She decided to do her own thing. All right, you doing your own thing? Go ahead. Don't expect me to be don't expect me to be there. I'm gonna fall back until you see what it is I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm a perfect example of that as well, because for a little while I was called a deadbeat because she didn't understand what it was I was trying to talk about, what I was talking about at that time. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm listening. Absolutely. You have a great point. I'm just falling back because I don't have kids, so I'm just letting parents, you know, the parents talk. Because this is
Hey, yo, I feel you, brother, 100%, yo.
That's
I 100%. Everything you just said right there, I went through it. I got 3 kids, so you know what I'm saying? I went through it with my kids and then dating women who had kids and then being around their kids. You know what I'm saying?
And even to jump on that, like as far as with that, like the girl that I'm with, her daughter currently lives with me now. My son lives in Jersey with his mother because of the decision she made and how she wanted to move and things like that. So even on that, I'm a perfect example of being with a woman and being in another child's life more than I am in my son's life because of the circumstances. It's not because of, you know, that's how I want it, but it's because of the circumstances. It's because of how things played out. A lot of times, because I know when I first got it, I was like, why do, you know, men be around more, you know, the girl they with kids more than they with their own? Like the gentleman said in the chat, it depends on the circumstances. Everybody's situations is different. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's one of the reasons why.
You forced into that situation.
So your own biological child lacks a little bit because you're not in the home. You're in the home with the girl that you with that has a child.
Right, and this is why, like my son, this is why he's getting suspended from school. This is why, like every week, you know, she's calling me, talk about he needs to come to your house because I'm overwhelmed. Like when he's with me, like when my son is with me, we don't have no problems. You feel me? The problems he have with his mother is different from the problem. I like she'd be there and she'd be yelling, Kamari, that's my son name, Kamari, I'd be like, I could be like, yo, Kamari, do I play with you? My voice alone would be like, okay, Dad. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna play with this dude. And I don't yell at my son. You feel me? But on the other end, she'd be raising her voice going crazy. But that's the difference between, like, you know, having a stern male figure in a life in a kid's life compared to like him not being there. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much.
Question.
Nah, you good.
No, thank you. We appreciate it. I have a question for you, Stash, real quick. I know you're going to get on the train and you're going to go. My question to you is, have you thought about maybe possibly taking your son from the mother and maybe, you know, having him live with you for this period of time where he needs you more?
So now this is the situation I'm going through. I'm gonna give you a backstory and I'm gonna give you now, right? So when I thought about it in the past, it was like, you know what? I did want to do that, but I'm not gonna lie, like his mother is not a bad mother. Like she's just fucked up towards me at the time. You feel me? So and I feel like, you know, the system is not, you know, I feel like if I would have went to court and did all that, unless she was on crack or, you know, abusing him or whatever the case may be, I would have been like, yo, you know what? This is gonna be I gotta go get my son. But she's an amazing mom to our son.
Right.
It's how she is with me. So even the best thing that would have happened is probably we would have got joint custody. But seeing my child was never the problem. She never kept him away from me. It was more of like, all right, since you're not listening to what it is I'm telling you, I'm gonna fall back and don't expect me to, you know, jump when he start acting crazy. You feel me? So that was with that. But now in today's time, like I said, I just spoke to her recently. She like, you know what? I get what you're saying. You're right. Kamari needs to come live with you. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have that issue no more.
Well, maybe she got older. She realizes some things, you know, she's not perfect, and I'm not saying who's bad or whatnot, but maybe at this time now she realizes that maybe, her son does need needs the dad more.
But this is the things that we be as men be trying to say in the beginning. You know what I mean? This is what I like. I'm 31. You feel me? I had my son when I was 16, 17 years old. When my son was like 7, 8, 9 years old, and I've been sitting here and I'm trying to tell her like this is what needs to be. Like we were still fairly adults. Like we still understood what was right and what was wrong. But because I feel like she didn't respect me or she didn't understand my perspective, it was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't need you. You feel me? And it wasn't until things, you know, happened and to the point where she like, you know what? You need to go with your father. You know what I'm saying? But this is things that I've been telling her for years now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like I'm talking mad much. I'm sorry. I don't
Nah,
like
you hit it on the nail, brother.
You're fine, but
we're
still gonna agree to disagree.
Pori is crazy.
We are, because I understand your point, and I think we need to understand is that it depends on every situation. I do not think that it is okay to generalize and say that for a fact you need a man to discipline a boy. You need a man to raise a boy. You need to together
Bori,
to
but
raise
what we saying is it's important to have both. It like the same amount of the same important it is for a mother to be in a child's life is the same important it is to have a father. You feel me? Like me as a man, I don't care.
You guys are not understanding me. First of all, that's what you're saying. That's not what this dude is saying down here. Because Jay knows.
That's what I've been trying to say. Because you're not understanding that when you're dealing with a child, it's a different stance when a mother talking to a child and when a father talking to a child. Dude just explained it to you.
Let me finish talking.
He just explained it.
This whole fucking time you've been telling me I cannot teach a son a boy.
I didn't say you couldn't raise your son, man. You see, you get in your feelings. I didn't say you couldn't raise your son. I said you can't teach him to be a man.
Do you want to play it back? Because that's exactly what you've been saying.
I said you couldn't teach him to be a man.
You were
That's what I said.
This is why I said you were pissing me off.
I stand by that. I ain't backing out. Stand by that. I mean that.
To continue
Yo,
talking.
cause yo, I don't even know the brother that was just speaking, but everything he just said, I went through the same shit with my first baby mother, yo. Same shit. It's like you speaking my life, bro.
Hold on. We can't, you guys, we can't hear when both of you are talking over each other. Give each other some time to talk.
Up because I'm trying to talk.
Boria RP, I'm about to get ready to go back to. I'm
Oh,
gonna be in the
you
chat.
getting
I'm gonna tap in. I'm tapped in.
So much.
All right, I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna
Thank
be
you,
here.
Stash. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining. We're proud of you.
I'm gonna be in the chat still though.
Okay.
All right, man.
Anyways, like I was saying before I started being rudely interrupted by Jay, you cannot sit here and tell me that I cannot teach a boy how to be a man because the man needs to be in his life and all this other shit that was being said. No, because I never stopped my kid's dad from being in their life. He chose not to be there.
See, you still ain't even get what I said. You took it in your own words.
Talking. God damn.
You take it in your own words. You're not even, but you're not reiterating what I said. You're not reiterating my words.
Oh, let me finish talking because you ranted and you went on about everything you wanted to say, and I waited for you to finish. So let me finish talking, and then you can say whatever you want to say. All right. I never stopped my kid's dad from being in their life. He chose to get the fuck out of their lives and he didn't give a fuck about them. Okay. That's the first thing. Second of all, I agree. It would probably be very nice and beautiful to have what people consider to be a normal household with mom and dad and kids and whatever. Wow. But guess what? When mom and dad do not get along, guess what? They're not raising healthy kids. Okay, so sometimes you raise healthier kids being separated. Okay, I tried doing that. I tried giving him the opportunity of still being the dad. He didn't want to be there. Every fucking weekend when I sit there and I watch my kids sitting on a fucking stairwell waiting for their dad to come pick them up and he never shows up, I'm supposed to sit here and still think this motherfucker is supposed to be the one to discipline my son and show him how to be a fucking man? Fuck you. I don't need a dick to show my son how to be a man. My son is an amazing husband, an amazing father. He's in tune with his feelings. He's a great man. He works hard. He does all this other fucking shit. And we didn't need a man to teach him how to be a man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And some women are strong enough to do both things because they don't have a choice, because they are able to become strong enough for their kids. So for somebody to sit here and tell me like, yeah, you know, you can teach him how to do certain things, but you can't teach him how to be a man because you're not a man, because I don't give a fuck. I don't need a fucking penis to show my son how to be a man. Period. I don't care what anybody wants to fucking say. That is my opinion. I know what I did to raise my kids. I know what amazing man my son is. So that's that. Everybody else has their opinion, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying you can't tell me that I could not show my son how to be a man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Once again, I ain't never doubted your parenting skills. I ain't never doubt if your son is a great son, a great man. He probably is. I don't know him personally, and I'm not doubting your parenting skills. I never was talking about that. You know what I'm saying? You took what I'm trying to say in your own words, and you trying to think that I'm trying to say a woman can't do certain things. I didn't say you couldn't raise your kids. You could raise your boy. A lot of boys have been raised by single mothers. I was partially raised by a single mother until my mother passed away, God rest her soul. And then I was able to have two parents in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it ain't possible, it can't be happen. But what I'm trying to explain to you, and what the brother that was just on was just saying, that the type of upbringing that I got when dealing with my mom was one thing, right? And she was a great mom, and she taught me a lot of things. And she was like you, strong-minded, you know what I'm saying, disciplined me and all that. But when it came to my pop show, it was like he really didn't have to do too much to get me in straight, lined up. I mean, yeah, he whooped my ass a little bit, and you know what I'm saying, he talked to me, but the bond that I had with my father, another man, someone that I can't relate to, another male, was just totally different from mom. When it came to talking about girls, or when it came to talking about my body changing, I'm developing.
Dad was in the picture, right?
It was Pops. Yeah, but here's hold on. I don't know your kid's father. And if he chose to not be in their life, that's his prerogative. And that was, you know what I'm saying? That's because he chose that. Hold on, but that's because he chose that. What I was trying to initially, what I was trying to initially say in the beginning, that everybody's situation different. Some dudes choose not to be in their kid's life. Some dudes choose to be in their kid's life, but they going through hard situations with the woman. But the one thing that's not going to change, if that man moves on with another woman and that other woman has kids, if he wants to be with her, he got to be a part of those kids' life. Even though they're not his, he got to be a part of those kids' life because she's not going to accept them if he's not being a part of the equation right there. He's not accepting the package.
Him raising somebody else's kids, that didn't faze me. What fazed me was, how could you not want to be in your own kids' lives, but you're perfectly okay being in those kids' lives?
Well, as far as him not wanting to be in your kid's life, that's more of a personal between you and him.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But as far as him raising somebody else's kids because he's with this woman, every man that's with a woman that got kids from a previous relationship, they gonna pretty much say the same thing. Like, I'm in the picture. I'm the man that's in the picture. And it could have been the same situation with her kid's father. He might not want to be in the picture.
You continue to justify something that I'm not arguing. I don't care if he wants to be in the kids' lives, raise them, pay for their college, whatever the fuck he wants to do. But where does your brain stand where you're not thinking about your own biological kids that also need to go through school, that also wanted to have a father in their life, that also wanted to share time with a manly figure? No, there's no excuse. And that had nothing to do with me. That wasn't personal between me and him. That was all him. I was with my kids. I had my kids. No matter what the fuck I was doing, where the fuck I was at, I was with my kids. This wasn't personal between me and him. I was the one having to tell him, can you fucking call your kids? Can you fucking call your kids? Your kids want to talk to you. Can you pick up the goddamn phone? I shouldn't have to do that. You should want to be in their lives. So it is different. It's very different. Because had he wanted to be in their lives, I wouldn't be having this discussion right now. I would have been like, thankfully, my baby daddy was in the picture. That's what I would have said. But that wasn't the case. And it is kind of sad. You know, it makes me think that he really didn't know how to be a dad, because at the end of the day, it was easier for him to pick up two that were out of diapers, that were out of bottles, that didn't need constant watching over, that knew how to pick up their own room, that knew how to pick up their own plates, that knew how to make a sandwich, make a cereal bowl, and all this shit. The ones that I had still needed me to do everything for them, which is where he wasn't being a part of it. So that's very different. Yeah. You know, I can applaud parents that want to be there
real quick,
separated, but that was not the case for him.
Real quick, Woody, we appreciate you, and Jay, we appreciate your feedback. Lucia, you've been waiting patiently. We apologize. It's just, you know, a good discussion.
It's okay.
Lucia, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Everybody, please mute yourselves.
No. Why? What if I want to interrupt her?
1 second.
Don't interrupt her. She's talking.
Mute Jay.
Lucia, go ahead, honey. The floor is yours. Jay, shush.
Mute Jay.
Mute?
Hold on 1 second.
See, ain't ready. She ain't ready. See?
Oh, my fucking internet was mad at Jay and it booted me out.
See,
Stash,
stop using that bootleg internet.
Did we?
You and Joe. I said,
No, I was gonna.
These parking lot right now.
I was gonna ask Jay because I know Jay was saying that.
The floor is yours, Lucia. Go ahead, honey.
No, I was just saying, I know Jay had said something about like the the man or the boy that you're raising would be lacking? Like, what do you mean lacking? Like, is that like mentally lacking
So
or?
what I was trying to say about that, right? And the brother that just got on, he explained it. When I say lacking, all right, let me use myself as an example. I have two baby mothers. I have my sons are by one woman, and then my daughter's by another. You know what I'm saying? I knew because of me and my son's mother that we haven't been together in over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But I was still part of my kids' life. I knew that they were gonna lack the fact that I'm not there 24/7, I should say. But when I got with my daughter's mother, you know what I'm saying, she already had a son from a previous relationship, and then we had our kid, and then I'm there in the household with her, two kids in the household. I knew her son was going to benefit of me being around him more. That's not saying I wasn't part of my kid's life, my son's life, but her son got a chance to be around me a little bit more because I'm there in the household with them. So little things like that, the child lack.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, I
Yeah.
know. That's what I was like. I was like, oh, like, what does he mean by that part? But I mean, I do
And then
agree
the
with the
finances
guys.
is another thing too, because I'm one who had to pay child support for one of my sons. So when you paying child support and they give that order, you're not obligated to give more, really. You know what I'm saying? You obligated to pay that order. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, if you with a woman, she got previous kids from previous relationship, those kids are going to benefit from your money because you're taking care of that household right there. You're
Yeah.
not taking care of the household who you originally had kids with. You just taking care of the kids.
Here's my thing about your comment in lacking. I totally understand you actually being in your kid's life. I can see the whole what you mean by lacking is that there's going to be less attention there because you're not in the household. What I was trying to tell you was when the father does not want to be in the kid's life, they're not lacking anything because they're not choosing to give them anything. So they're not lacking. And that's what I was trying to explain to you.
Yeah,
If
but
they
how? But
were
explain to me.
life.
Explain to me how
I think they are
that
lacking.
situation. Your kids are not. If they're not getting anything from. Of course, they're not missing anything, right?
Correct.
But biologically, and probably on their birth certificate, he is their father, and they know this. So
Right.
there is a missing link by him not wanting to be involved in their lives. And
There's a
it may not have hit them
there's
when
a
they were younger, but at some point it's gonna, resolute in their minds like, damn, dad wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
well, the funny thing is that it wasn't even that bad. The way they told him was like, dude, you weren't even there. So what do you want
You
to
weren't there. Yeah, exactly. Because I did the same
So
thing with my
exactly
father.
what I'm trying to tell you is they weren't saying it in a way like, man, you weren't there, you missed this, you missed that. No, they were questioning him because he was asking about stuff about them. And their response was, why does it matter if you chose not to be there, if you weren't there? So it's
Well, I mean, I can't dictate how your kids would handle it. I know for me, my biological father wasn't really there. So when I was a kid, I didn't really pay it no mind. But when I became an adult and having kids of my own, and then now he's starting to come around and wanted to create a bond with me, it was like, damn, well, where was you? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm having man-to-man talks with him. You know what I'm saying? Emotions are starting to come out. You know what I'm saying? Feelings are starting to come out because we're laying it out on the table. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, I don't know, maybe your kids might do that with their father or maybe not. And it may not do that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it happened later on in my life as I became an adult when I had kids of my own.
Bori, let me ask you if you don't mind. How old is your children?
I'm a grandma.
So they adults? Are they like?
Yeah, 28, 27, 25.
So my thing is this, like from what I'm getting, like I can't even explain it. So basically, you just saying your baby father was just not there. Like he knew he had kids, he was not there.
Nope.
And do you know why?
Because he was bitter because I fucking kicked him to the curb because I went through a whole, if you look at previous shows, I talk about my whole fucking life. I went through a whole emotional abusive relationship.
Okay.
And I thought I was always going to be there because there was a mind controlling thing, because there was a situation where he didn't want me. I was very young. He didn't want me to go to college. He didn't want me to work. He wanted me to depend on him. And my dad raised me not to depend on anybody. So I told him, I said, no, I want to go to school. I want to have a degree. I want to work, whatever. Eventually, I made it to where I was able to start working, save some money, and get the fuck out.
Okay.
And from that moment on, his way of getting back to me was not doing anything with the kids, which at the end of the day, instead of making me a fucking victim, it fueled me to do better. And I thanked him for that. I actually did. Afterwards, like now we talk to each other every now and then. And if we do things with the babies, because we do have grandbabies, we're all there, him, his wife, whatever. We can associate and be cordial. You know what I'm saying? Because we're adults. But back then it was like, okay, can you please call your kids? Can you answer? They're texting you. Can you please come pick them up? Can you please? It's not because I wanted free time, because at the end of the day, I stopped being a woman to be a mother. I didn't care about going out. I didn't care about men. I didn't care about dating. I didn't care about any of that. I had 2 jobs and went to school. So I wasn't worried about living my life. I knew my responsibility was to my kids. I needed to be a mom first. And that's what I did. And I wish he would have chosen to do the same, because I think not only for, like, for example, as a unit, you know what I'm saying? But even for him, it would have helped him do a better job. Because here's the funny thing. He raised other kids, right? Somebody else's kids. He had a kid with her. You want me to tell you who raised that boy? My daughter. He called my daughter mom when he started talking, because my daughter was raising their son. My daughter was the one dropping him off at school. My daughter was the one picking him up. My daughter was the one that potty trained him. My daughter was the one that would feed him. But they lived in the same household. So why are they not raising their kid? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it has to do with the person and scenarios, situations. They can all be different. But I think that at the end of the day, if you have a strong enough party, which could be the male or the female, they can raise very educated, healthy, well, like, young adults,
but
whatever.
that's
Like,
a fact. I don't think nobody disagree with you on that one, though, Bori. Like, that's a fact. Like, and like, I don't think anybody said a woman can't raise a boy. You feel me? I'm big on. I feel like a woman can't teach a boy how to become a man, but a woman can definitely raise a boy.
That's the problem that I have. That comment you just made is the problem that I have.
And again, I'm listening.
How like a woman cannot teach a boy how to become a man? In what sense? Because my son, my kid's dad.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
Until he was like 18.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm gonna ask you this. Do you know how to be a man?
If I need to, yeah, I guarantee I could. All I'm missing is the penis. I kid you not. All I'm.
So let me.
I bet you amount of money you don't know how to be a man. You don't know how we feel.
Hold on, I'm gonna explain something, right? As far as, but like, for example, like even the conversations, like the way we speaking, like a man would know, like, you see the emotions that you giving, like you give a lot of emotion. You feel me? A man don't give a lot of emotions like that.
Jay just got like a little bitch passionate yelling at me. What the fuck?
No,
you lying.
I'm just saying this.
But you don't want using vulgar language and cussing me out though.
Listen, it's different. It's different from having a.
You don't want cussing me out though, but I'm the one emotional.
Nah, hold on.
Cussing out has nothing to do with being emotional. That's how I am.
You all in your feelings.
And that's a fact. It's nothing wrong with that. It's boy, I swear, it's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to explain is different. Like, for example, y'all going back and forth. Like, Like if people is going back and forth, of course, you know, things could get heated, you know what I mean? But I'm talking as far as with like the emotion. Like when I hear you talk, like I'm hearing you explain your story and everything, I'm like, oh yeah, she's really passionate, and it's not a bad thing because you're a woman. That's a beautiful thing. Me, I can't do that. I'm more of I feel like men in general, they more of like, okay, so if this how you feel, you're gonna see what I mean, and then they let the thing play out. If you get what I'm saying, like I can't
but you're talking about how you're listening to me tell my story. I can tell you right now, this gentleman right here, Joe Chapo, when you hear him talk about the shit he's had to go through and the way he has raised his daughter, you're gonna hear passion behind that. Does that mean that?
See, you got a daughter. A man raising a daughter is different too from a woman raising a.
But I think any man gonna have passion when they talk about their kids if they love their kids.
That's why I'm passionate about talking about my son. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, but that's any parent though.
Right.
Exactly. So again, how can I not teach my son how to be a man? Nobody's been able to explain that to me.
Because what my man is saying, you're giving out a whole lot of emotions and feelings when you're expressing yourself right now during this discussion that we're having.
Question. You're doing this. You're going to
see. I'm going back and forth with you because we talking about the topic and everything. If we was in a relationship, I wouldn't be going back and forth with you.
Shut the fuck up.
Facts.
Ain't no way in hell I'll be going back and forth with you.
I don't want to.
And you wouldn't be calling me no bitch.
You're not explaining it to me.
But this is the thing. You know why we can't really explain it on Bori? Because like not for nothing, like we all connected, we all a community, but we don't really know you well enough to be like, oh, this is what it. We know what you show.
No, but I want to know because if I'm incorrect, I need somebody to correct me.
I mean, listen, I broke it down earlier. You could show him what it takes to be a man, right? You can teach him what you believe it is to be a man, but internally, mentally, how he, as a man, how he processes things, what's going on inside of his body. You know what I'm saying? Like the you know, shit that happens. You know what I'm saying? To your body in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell him, you could explain it based on what you was told or what you read or what you know what I'm saying, but you never.
So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, Bori.
That's the difference that I think. You know what I mean?
Do you think as a man, like, do you think I know how to be a woman?
If you needed to be one, I think you could.
Hell no.
I'm telling you now, as a man, you feel me? I cannot be a woman. You feel me? It's things that women do that I'll be like, damn, like I'ma just take it like y'all have y'all periods. You feel me? Thank God I'm a man and I don't have my period, because if I was to go through that shit, I would be fucking pissed. I don't think I'd be able to live through giving birth. I don't think it's certain things with that. The things that y'all women, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, y'all are fire, y'all lit. Like, it's things we cannot match with the things that comes with what it is y'all do. But it's also things that
what you're talking about. You're talking about things that biologically only we can do. You're not talking about
and there's biologically things that us men do that y'all can't
That's
do.
only because you don't have that same reproductive system that we do, so you don't get periods and you can't have a kid. But this is why I'm saying the only difference to me is that I don't have a penis to show my son, you know, what a penis does. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Anything else, I feel like I said, you can sit there and you can talk to my son as a man, right? And listen to how he speaks and and as a matter of fact, I even think he's a little bit more in tune with how to treat his wife and how to have certain situations. He's going through it with his wife, and the shit that he's learned to tolerate, the shit he's learned to be patient about, is because the way he was raised, the way he was taught. Like, and I've always told him, however she treats you, there's certain things you don't tolerate, you don't accept, whatever. But in that, you still need to treat her with respect, with love, with kindness, because that is your baby mama. And I do not want you to treat her the way you would not allow a man to treat me or your sisters. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
either way, he's still being stern of being a man and knowing how to handle the relationship and being an amazing father to his son. But he didn't have his father in his life to teach him that. So what am I supposed to say? Oh, life? At the end of the
But
day,
in all essence, are you just teaching him to be a good person?
whatever experiences we have in life is what's going to teach us how to be our own person. So at the end of the day, his father could have very well been in his life, and his life experiences would have still taught him to be a different type of man. He wasn't going to be exactly like his dad. He wasn't going to be exactly like me. He was, you know what I'm saying? So again, that's the way my brain processes things. And the fact that I look at him and I see the amazing man and human being that he is, I can't understand what you guys are telling me. I don't see it.
You don't understand it because you only speaking from the perspective of a woman. You know what I'm saying? See, you gotta understand, if a man would have taught him how to deal with women, how to deal with how you acting right now.
She about to get you.
I'm just speaking truth. I'm speaking truth, yo. You get it, my brother. I'm just speaking truth. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because
talk, you make it worse for yourself.
no, I'm speaking facts because it takes. Listen,
like you, motherfucker.
Listen, it takes certain men to deal with certain women.
Exactly, and you're not the one.
So you gotta understand that only a man can teach a young man that, so he know how to handle certain women.
So, do you think that him having
you gonna, like Joe said, you gonna teach her how to be a nice man, how to be a good man?
So you mean to tell me that my son being respectful to his abusive wife, my stepping away from situations, not seeing his son because he's stepping away from situations that are going to avoid him from going to jail, my son not seeing his son because she threatens him and this and that, and he's choosing not to act on it, it would have been better if a man would have taught him to confront her or do other things?
You're speaking on a generalized situation that no matter whether man or female would have told him to back away, to walk away from the situation because you don't want to get yourself caught up.
Situation, you said that a man would have taught
But you're speaking something in general. A domestic violence situation can happen either way, man, either on a man or a woman.
But the way he responds to it is going to be different depending how he was raised. Or
Okay, but see, this is what I'm saying, that you taught him how to be a good person. You didn't necessarily teach him how to be a man.
But a man, that's how a man should be.
That's just a part of being a good man.
So how do you feel like? Let me ask how Borian, I'm gonna ask you first. Like when you say that, like how do you feel like what is it he did that made you feel like, okay, this was the right thing to do? Because I'm lost. I didn't catch part of it.
The fact, so I come from an emotionally abusive relationship.
Okay.
That man that emotionally abused me was raised by mommy and daddy. So I'm sure his daddy did a very good job raising him. The difference is his dad is an amazing person. So who the fuck instilled in this motherfucker that that's how he should have treated me?
So your son saw that and thought that that's the wrong way to act, right?
I don't hear any answers. His dad raised him and his dad's a good man. I'm sure his dad did the best that he could.
No, I'm speaking about.
I'm all over the place right now. I'm like, I heard you speak about your son. Then you said you. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, I'm speaking about your son.
I'm going back to that. What I'm trying to say is, I come from an abusive relationship, right? From a man that was raised by his mother and father. His father, my kid's grandfather, is an amazing man. Like, hats off to him. So if you have a good man raising a son, and your son comes out to be a fucking dickhead, whose fault is that? Did his dad not show him how to be a man? No, I still think life happens and you're still gonna be the fucking person you want to be. It doesn't have
Listen,
to do with
nothing right? Takes away from the grandfather teaching his son how teaching him the right things. Now, what the son do with it on his own as he become an adult,
point.
That's
So it doesn't
his business.
him. It doesn't matter. So with that being said, right, me going through that situation, that tells me if my son would have been raised by his dad, do you think his dad would have done a better job than what I did? Because remember, I'm coming from an abusive relationship. Or would my kid's dad would have shown him that that's how you treat a woman? Should I stayed there?
Me personally, I'm not saying
that was the right way to treat a woman, or should I have taught him that that's not how you treat a woman?
Me personally, I'm not saying like either or. You feel me? Like how you like he said, like you taught him how to be a good person. Like that's nothing wrong with that. But now you asking like if he was with his father, do you think he would have been better? That's what you asking?
Yeah, because you guys are saying that yes, like a man would teach him how to be a man.
Let me tell you, he like not for nothing, he could have been with his father and came out worse. But that's not the argument. It's like it's teaching him how to be a man. You feel me? Like it's two different. It's two different things. Like yes, like if he's with you and you taught him certain things, like that's a thing. That's not impossible. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't think we're saying that. I feel like what we're trying to say is there's certain things as men that we.
But this is what are those certain things? Because no.
All right.
See, but understand this though. If he was involved in his son's life, see, we don't know what the outcome going to be because he wasn't involved, right? But let's hypothetically say he was involved in his son's life. You wouldn't fully understand the bond that he would be having with his son. The bond he had with you, he was dating you. Y'all were in a relationship. And things didn't work out the way you want. I'm talking about your baby father.
Right.
It didn't work out the way y'all expected. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of bond from a father and a son.
I think that's the way to explain that. It didn't work out the way you guys expected. No, he was a fucking animal. He was abusive.
I mean, you call him whatever you want to call it. Still didn't work out, right?
Yeah, but the way you say it makes it feel like it's
but it could also like because
it just didn't work out how you guys expected. No,
but
I mean, it did. I mean, would you have wanted to go through that? No, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to go through that.
You guys,
it's kind of triggering.
You guys,
what I went through. That's all it is.
You guys, can we give Lucia opportunity to talk? I think she has something to say as far as like mothers versus like what you guys are talking about. I think she's been waiting patiently for quite some time. I gotta put my
laptop up. I want to see the chat. Hold on.
Lucia?
Yeah.
Lucia, are you here,
making something up?
She was just trying to cut our conversation.
Yeah, right.
I know where I left off. I got you. Don't worry.
We was cooking.
I'm coming right back at you.
Okay, yes, Matsky, I sent it to you. You should get it. Okay, she's on mute.
Angie, baby,
Sorry.
welcome. Lucia.
Lucia's like, I wasn't trying to say shit. I don't know what
right.
What the fuck is bitch?
No, she's she's putting the baby to sleep and then she's gonna go outside so nobody can hear her because her baby's
How do you know all that?
Because I texted her.
Now I forgot where the fuck I was at.
No, I don't mean to cut. No, I don't mean to cut into their conversation.
No, Lucia, that's us busting her, chopping her nuts. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, I agree with like things that Jay says. I agree with you too, Bori. Like, because I've had that same conversation where like, oh, I could raise a man. Like, I don't need a man to help me. Blah blah blah. But coming from somebody who is a step parent, who their kid, like his kid's baby's mom or ex-wife, whatever you want to call it, like I do, like with the topic, like women can be deadbeat. I feel like they're becoming more lately than men. Like I don't know if it was a generational thing or what, but like it's sad to see like, hey, can you call your son, like stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know, I feel like kind of like, and I don't know what Chapo had said, but like I do agree, like, you know, a man can't really explain how period feels to a little girl. He can read a book and see a doctor, but not really know like
I've
the
had the
emotions
conversation with
behind
my
it per se. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's
I
plenty
agree.
of right. Just because you don't like feel it or experience it, you could still teach her and explain
That's
to
what
her
I'm
how it
saying. You
works
could
and what it
explain it to
means,
her.
and she's
But
gonna
but
breathe
here's the
and she's
thing:
gonna
teaching is
add
just one
those
thing,
sort of
though.
things.
But I
But
think that
as
like
a
a
parent,
man,
you teach
Wait a
those
minute.
things. That's what you can
You're right,
do.
and but when you
yeah.
speak, when you're teaching and you're speaking from experience, that's a whole nother ordeal. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of teachers out there. There's a lot of
Right, but
teachers out
there's
there that don't have
sometimes
kids. There's a lot of
absolutely, but
teachers
there's
out there that
sometimes
don't, you know.
but there's some like
But
these things are like natural, right? So
but
as long as you
here's
teach
the
them
funny
certain
thing.
things, they're gonna understand. You can't teach your kids everything, no matter what sex you are. They're gonna have to
And
experience things on their
True.
own anyway.
And that's what I'm trying to say, because the period is exactly the perfect example as of to even me being a woman. I couldn't explain to my daughters why they were cramping and rolled up in a ball in bed because I've never had a cramp. I don't know what the fuck a cramp feels like. So I couldn't even explain it to them. All I said was, let me see what I can figure out. Looked it up online and it said, use warm pads, use this, use that. And I was able to explain to them, listen, some females are going to have a lot of pain. Some females are, it's not because I experienced it.
I mean, isn't
I've
that a perfect
Well,
I
listen,
never knew what it
at the
was to
end
have
of the day,
pain.
Bordy.
I never knew what it was to have pain. I never knew, and it comes and goes.
But
And
listen,
I
at the
doesn't
end
that
of the day,
validate what he's
Bordy,
saying?
you could teach your daughter what it felt like when you were becoming of age from, say, maybe when you turned 13 or 14, how you felt at the time, 15 as a young lady. You know what I'm saying? At the
what?
time, going into your later teens and then your early 20s. You could speak on stuff like that. I can't speak to my daughter about how her mother felt at 15.
But felt like what?
But here's the thing. You got to understand, all of us here on this panel went through that, what they call the puberty stage, right?
Right.
And your body's changing and things are starting to happen. You looking at yourself in your mirror. For us boys, we stayed in the bathroom for hours. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just I don't know. To me,
It's just biological. It's just, I mean, biological. Oh, yeah, I can't get the word out.
yeah,
Biology. You know what I'm saying?
tomato.
And
Again, feelings are gonna be your own feelings. It doesn't matter what feelings you have.
yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the
it doesn't
day,
matter what feelings you express or you say, I might not go through the same shit my girls are gonna go through. You might not go through the same shit your son's gonna go through. So again, I can't put feelings into that part. I can just explain biologically what's gonna happen to your body. That's it.
okay, so put it like this: you may not have went through a period like most girls go through, but you went through a period, right? Each month, right?
Right, which is
And you know how it made you feel, right?
what a period is. That's
So you could speak on what you felt and what you went through.
I didn't feel anything. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
So then, if that's what it is, you didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel anything. I went through. I didn't feel nothing.
Exactly, but then how do you explain?
That's still your
How do
experience.
you explain
I
that
didn't want
you're
to bring
not
that
what
up, shit, but I beat you around the bush on
they're
that.
going through?
But that's the thing. I can't talk to a young girl when it's time to talk about that. And what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna lie to her because I'm gonna be like, I never had no period, so I don't know what nothing feels like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but that's what you experience. So whatever you experience or what you was feeling at the time, mood swings or whatever,
But that's
that's
what
your experience.
I tell you, Jay. Everybody's different. How right now, like how did you know that there would be mood swings involved? If you ever had a
I
period,
know because dealing with women. Shoot.
okay. I look, I rest my case.
But hold on,
I
that's
rest
my
my case. That's
but hold
it.
on,
Like,
that's
you
my
talked about mood
my
swings.
own
I
take.
didn't even talk about mood swings because
Well,
I never had mood swings.
Well, here's the thing. That's my take on y'all going through that each month, right? Because when I say mood swings, I don't know when that time of the month come around, but I know when that attitude is a little moody, and then I'm like, whoa, okay, I guess it's that time of the month now. You know what I mean?
You learn something, even though you don't
Oh,
go
I
through it.
learned. Yeah, I learned. Yeah,
Okay, I
definitely.
rest
I
my
learned.
case. That's
I
it.
learned that part, but I
Right?
can't explain to my daughter if she's gonna feel
Oh,
something or not feel something. See,
out the park.
listen, I can't explain nothing. Let me tell you, it's funny how it works with men and women because, like I said, I got 2 sons, and when my sons were coming, like they're about adults now, but when they were coming of age and they scratching themselves and catching their little morning boners and stuff, their mother would call me up. Your son's nasty. Your son's nasty. I
Absolutely.
wake him up and it's standing straight up. I'm like, what's the problem? He
Absolutely.
feeling good today. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't know what that feeling is like, though.
But listen, Jay,
It's natural. They can't help it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why I was saying that it has a lot to do with the mother, like the type of person that she is, what she knows, what she doesn't know, what she's willing to do, not do, whatever. Because as soon as my son started getting his morning woodies, guess what I did? I got money from wherever the fuck I didn't have it, and I upgraded my apartment just so he could have his own bedroom. And I had to explain to him, because he came to me like, Mom, I don't know I said, it's normal, babe. Don't even worry about it. Just, you're going to have your own room because this is going to happen more frequently. And I don't want the girls to see it because you have to protect your privates and they have to protect theirs. You don't have to be showing. You don't have to discuss it. You don't have to talk about it. That's a you thing. That's a guy thing. It's
So all you did was upgrade your apartment and say, oh, you got your own space. There you go. Have at it.
No, what I'm telling you is I had to explain why he was having a woody. And I had to explain to him that it was normal because he felt some type of way about it. And
So what did you explain? I want to know what you explained to him about that.
I'm sorry?
I want to know what you explained to him about that.
That it's normal. Biologically, that's what happens, especially with a lot of...
So that's it. All you said, it was just normal. You hear this, Joe? All she said was just, it's normal.
That's not fucking normal. You're going to sit here and say that's not normal?
No, it is normal, but it's a little more to it. Hold on, it's a little more to it, though.
There is a little more to it. I mean, you're waking up in the morning, all this blood is rushing through your body, all the fucking pressure, all of this. I explained a lot of things that I had to learn to be able to raise my son. This is what I'm trying to tell you. What did I do? I went and educated myself because I didn't want to be that mom that wouldn't know how to answer to his son. I didn't need to be a man to try to explain this to him. Like, hello?
So again, all you did was go get a little book knowledge and explain the scientifics of why young boys get morning wood.
Did he understand it or not? Was it explained or not? Because at the end of the day, I think that's the whole goal, to make sure you're able to explain something to him that he understands, that he doesn't feel comfortable with his body and what his body does because he's growing. And at the end of the day, I think that's enough.
Yeah, you feel that's enough, but it's a lot more
What
to
else
it,
should he
though.
have known? Was I supposed to tell
Because
him
you're not a man to understand
start
that.
to touch yourself and masturbate? Is that what I'm supposed to teach him? What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
All of that
else was I supposed to
correlates to the morning wood. I mean, it's a lot more to it. But you gave him the scientific matter of it. I get that.
My thing is, you tell me in that case, what would you have explained to your son? How about that? How about you tell me how you would have explained that to your son?
When that time came and I was talking to my son, it wasn't about I didn't go read a book and give him this listen, let me finish. Let me finish. I didn't give him the biological matter of
What
it.
did you explain to him?
I told him
Circles
your
when you
dick
don't
gonna
have to
get hard because your body's changing, because you're into women. You want to look at naked girls. That's gonna arouse you, and you thinking about sex, and it's the truth.
So at 7 years old, if your son's getting a woody, that's what you explained to him?
Well, he wasn't. We didn't have to talk at 7.
I rest my case.
He was a little older than 7.
Your son had his first woody at what age?
No, I ain't his first. What? I don't know. I don't. He didn't live
Exactly.
with me.
You don't even know.
He didn't
Thank
live with
you.
me. He didn't live with
Thank
me.
you.
Oh, shit.
How am I supposed to know if he don't live with? He live with his mother.
When my son had his first Woody, he was like 7. I wasn't gonna sit
You
down
can still explain that to him.
with a
Listen,
fucking 7-year-old.
let me tell you something, Bodie.
I had
At
a
5
sex
years old,
conversation with him.
at 5 years old, I knew I liked the girl.
Conversation with him
Yeah,
when
we
he
ready by
started
then. We know we like
that
girls.
little girls were attractive and stuff like that. And that's when I started having sex conversations with him. And I even went as far as telling him, you need to be careful how you look at girls, because if you're in school and you feel some type of way about a certain
Man, listen.
something's gonna happen.
He was doing that way before 7. He was doing that way before
So I
7.
have a question. I have a question, you guys, that Elena actually asked. Her question was valid, right? Right now, there's a lot of families that have 2 moms and 2 dads, right? So if there's 2 moms and they're raising a little boy or 2 boys, can they not raise a strong boy? Or if 2 dads are raising a little girl?
That you talking about 2 lesbians raising a boy?
That's 2 women that's gonna have to look up what it feels like.
Exactly. Still same thing.
That was a question. That was a question in the chat.
And if it was vice versa, same thing. You know, if he was raising a little girl, shit, you know, you have to look up.
2 men that have to go look that up. Yeah.
But regardless of the parents,
9 times out of 10,
kids can still grow up to be good humans, even if they were raised by the opposite sex parents.
9 times out of 10.
But I'm just saying.
9 times out of 10, you will be able to explain to them based off experience what it was like to have a period. Some people have it different. They may not have cramps. A good majority of them do. You know what I'm saying? Based on what you know, I've been through and shit. Like, they be like, shit, I'm cramping and shit. You know, so you know what I'm saying? So it's we can only explain to them that there's a possibility that you're gonna get cramping, blood is gonna come out and stuff like that. But you can say definitely what's gonna happen, or most likely what's gonna happen and shit. Yeah.
I sure did. And RP can tell you that, because RP knows the conversation I've had with him. I absolutely did tell him. I talked to him about all the fucking conniving women that are out there. And I also told him, you know, not to let any woman take advantage of him either. So I absolutely did.
Hi, King. Lucy, do you have anything to jump in while you can, girl? Jump in while you can.
No, I mean, I'm just listening. I mean, I like to hear their separate opinions, but
no, it's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know.
They always do this.
Do you think a woman could raise her child to be a man, like based on what Bodie's saying?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to answer that question because, like, you have to define what the man is. Like, you know, like even just saying, oh, what's a woman? Like for people that are, let's just say, for example, like trans, like you don't know what it feels like to have a period. Like you're a boy, but you think you're a girl. Like, and I know that's a whole separate topic, but I mean, I think like she said, you can raise him to be a good person. I do agree with that. And yeah, I think you can raise him to be a man, but I do think there's something that, and you know, because some women can be more masculine than others, and sometimes I feel like I am that. And I am passionate as well, like being a woman, and I get it. Like we how do I say, we work on emotions is a lot of the things that I've heard before. But I feel like I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence on both, because I'm like, yeah, you can raise a man, and you know, a good man, right? But are men really raising like and then that's another topic too, like can men like raise a woman? Are you guys raising them to be a wife, or are they just like to be independent, like you don't need a man, or you know, they're just different things I'm thinking about. Maybe it's my ADHD.
I get it. Listen, I like with my daughter, like I said, you know, I explained to her You know what I'm saying? When she got a period,
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
called me and told me she was happy and shit, everything. You know what I'm saying? Then I explained the second part to that. I was like, okay, now you're a young lady. You got to hold yourself as a young lady now. There's going to be responsibilities that you're going to have, you know. And I broke it down to her. That was the second part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Like for me personally,
I can only
I
tell
remember
her
my mom.
what I was taught or what I picked up throughout the years. I can't tell her like you're gonna start feeling this at some point, which it might mean that it's about to come on soon. You know, y'all have a feeling and stuff or whatever when y'all know it's coming. Like I can't explain to her that.
But Joe, before RP starts, but that's my thing. You were still able to explain something to her. What you're saying afterwards would be irrelevant because not everybody goes through that. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like there's certain feelings or whatever that can or cannot come along with it, which technically don't even fucking matter. What is gonna matter to that person is what you taught her, which was the basic stuff. The part that's important, the part that now you're a young lady, now you need to protect your body because now you can actually procreate, you know, you can have a baby, you can this, you can that. All the things that you taught her is what she needs to know about being
Yeah, but that's the basic generics. Me and Joe can only teach a young girl the basic generics. Hold on. Speaking from no experience. But the three of y'all can speak from experience and speak from your own experience how y'all dealt with it.
I don't know why the
That's
hell
a big difference.
I need to speak from experience. Experiences can change. Whatever happened to me is not going to happen to you. It doesn't.
I know whatever happened to you didn't happen to RP. Whatever happened to RP didn't happen to Lucia. But all three of y'all can speak about periods and how y'all felt when y'all went through it.
Did it
Right?
was exactly the same way that I did it to my girls. I didn't speak about experience. I told my girls the same way that Joe did what I knew as far as what a period was and what it did to their bodies. That's all they needed to know. Why? Because their experience is going to be different. It's going to be their own. I can't tell them about my experience because it's not going to be the same. But anyway,
Yeah, for sure. Let's read it.
Period.
No, let's read a couple comments because everybody's been commenting and we haven't been reading them out loud because I didn't want to interject. But Ashley said, and welcome, by the way, Ashley. She said a woman can try to raise a boy into a man, but a boy still needs a father figure in his life. Yeah, we don't disagree with that for sure. And then Elena said, coming from a background where my mom handing me over for someone else to take care of me. I'm sorry?
No, I said a father figure that wants to be there. Absolutely.
Elena said, coming from a background where my mom handing over for someone else to take care of me and a father that was absent. I wish I had both of my mom and dad in my life. Now I feel like I have certain issues. And, you know, I'm sorry that you had to, deal with that, Elena, but hopefully you were raised in like a loving home with, you know, some people that did love you and it made you stronger. And now you are a mom of your own and you know what not to do and the things and how you felt, you know, not to do that with your children. Everybody has a story. So thank you for sharing that.
Listen, you could be raised in the best family possible, but you still gonna have those traumas. You're gonna have those traumas. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody has traumas. You can have the perfect world and you're still dealing with things. Absolutely.
You can be raised by an amazing and the perfect household and still grow up to be a dick. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Wendell said, we are at fault too. Good dads create monsters in some regards. Princess ideology. Sorry, RP. Some girls feel entitled.
RP doesn't feel entitled, but she is a princess.
I don't know what the hell.
I don't feel entitled at all. I don't feel like I don't ask for anything. I work hard for what I have. I'm not entitled. I'm blessed. I'm appreciative and I'm humble. That's it. I don't feel like I deserve anything from anyone. I go to work just like everybody else. See, that's the perception of me. I bust my ass to have what I have, but I do have I have amazing parents and I have amazing support, but I also take care of myself and I do take care of my parents. So that's that.
Them bought $5.
I gotta.
But if you didn't have that, would you still be an amazing person?
It's 12:45 here.
I'm not saying I'm an amazing person,
but you are.
Well,
But I have what I have because of my parents, because they helped me be where I'm at. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for my parents, there's a lot of, I don't know where I would be. I don't know what I would have, but I can't think that way. I'm just thinking
you would
of
still
the
be
things that I
you
do
would still
have.
be you, and you would still be doing what you're doing, because nothing ain't gonna change your personality, who you are, the inside you.
Well, personality wise, yes, but I'm talking about as far as financial and things like that. I'm more financially secure because my parents taught us about money, about saving money. They helped me buy my house. They helped me, they helped me with a lot of financial things. So if it wasn't for my parents, I don't know what I would do. That's what I'm saying. I'm very blessed and I am appreciative. That's what I'm saying. I don't ask, and I don't feel like my parents are obligated. You know what I mean? I don't call them crying saying I need money. I explain to them certain things, and if they're willing to and they're able to help their child, they do. And I would do the exact same thing for my child. I don't care how old they are. I would do anything in my power to make my kids' lives easier. As a parent, that is my responsibility. As long as they're, working and they're good people and they're trying, some things happen. But if my child's a fuck up and just constantly just smoking weed, jobless, like from couch to couch, calling me, asking me for money, no, I'm sorry. Go take your ass to work just like your mom and dad did and do. You speak the language. You got 2 legs, 2 arms, ain't nothing. Go. I'm not going to enable my child. I've raised you to be a good human being, to value a dollar, to value hard work ethic. And if you're going to be a bum, you're going to be a bum. I mean, that's my opinion.
RP, I'm going to have to call it a night at 1 a.m.
Yeah, we're all going to call it a night, girl. I haven't even eaten since work. I ran home. It was mad traffic. But let me just read this comment. Oh, Bodhi wrote it. She wrote, I don't think not having your dad is to blame, Elena.
Up because of Elena. Read Elena's comment.
Oh, she said, with the dad being absent and my mom being home, the men I chose to be with haven't been the best choice. Okay. And Bodhi responded saying, I don't think not having your dad is to blame, Elena. It may have a part, but not entirely. My dad showed me all he could about the man I should accept, and I still made bad choices in men. And so have I. I have an amazing father. I have an amazing brother.
Hold on, RP. I don't think y'all realize what she said. What Elena said. What Elena said, statistically, hold on. Statistically, the numbers show in this world that we live in that a lot of women that have been, the father's been absent in their lives, it's shown that they have chosen the wrong men. She's speaking truth. She's not speaking because of every individual situation. Right. Statistically, generally, that's the facts.
Talking about statistics, she spoke about her comment, and I was letting her know that it's not entirely that part, that it could just be a part of it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's entirely that fault. There's other things that can play a part as to
yes, but what I'm saying is, when I say statistically, when they do the show the numbers and stuff, that's what they're saying, what leading to women choosing the wrong men is that.
Okay. It's too late to be arguing. I can't have my own comments because you want to discuss.
You can look it up. Google it. I'm telling you, Google it.
We're gonna have part 2. We're gonna have part 2 of this, y'all. We got to go. We're gonna have part 2 of this.
Because I know what he's saying. I understand it. I just didn't go that deep into it. I was letting her know that it might not be entirely that. That's all I said. But anyways, moving on.
I mean, she's speaking from her own experience.
Right. I was speaking.
Ashley's asking for part 2. We'll have part 2, but before we go, let me just read Westside's comment real quick, and then we're gonna wrap this up, you guys. It's been a long night. Westside said, I do the same for my son. His tuition is paid every month, yet he's a great young man, and his mom we haven't been together since he was 6. Never ran from my responsibilities as a man. And that's amazing and good for you. That's beautiful.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yes. So listen, you guys, it's been a long night. It's been a long day. You guys, real quick, we want to thank everybody for being here today. Everybody that participated in.
What'd you say?
Everybody that participated in the chat, you guys have amazing comments. Everybody gave great commentary and responses. We want to thank everybody that joined the panel. Boys, thank you for joining us and helping us out when we initially started.
Yo, RP,
Lucia,
you
I
touch
love
that
you.
mute button again, I'm gonna cut you out, all right?
Boom, muted, motherfucker. What you got to say?
Joe,
thank you.
watch.
Joe, thank you. Jay, Lucia, Gregory, Stash Cash, Peyton joined, Sour Patch joined. Bodie, I love you. And again, and you guys, real quick, before the night ends once again.
Love you too. I love you too.
Again, you guys, before the night, real quick, I need a couple seconds, honestly, real quick. Before the night is over, we want to again give our condolences to Yak, Carlos Upchurch, Yak, Chicago's finest. May he rest in peace. We will deeply miss him.
I'm so sorry.
For what?
He's growing up in the system. I didn't know my dad personally and just lost the father figure I had this morning.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
So sorry for your loss.
Oh my goodness. West Side.
Condolences.
Yes, well, let's give his father figure a moment of silence. We're not going to go without that. Let's give his dad a moment of silence. Very, very sorry to hear. Yes, definitely. And for those of us, for those of our friends and family who are no longer with us, just may they rest in peace. May the families find some sort of peace during this difficult time. And again, we're definitely going to miss Yak. So with that being said, you guys, again, we thank you for being here. Don't forget to come support us on Saturday, where the ladies of iTalk have our 5,500 subscriber party game night this Saturday. Please join us. We hope to see you with us. And Bodie, I love you. And Lucy, I love you. And fellas, you right. And the ladies of iTalk.
Don't touch that mute button
We're not
again.
just about it.
All right, PJ. We talk about it.
No, y'all don't.
Whatever.
Yeah. They all pretty women, face pretty with a smile on it. Good stories got a lot of them. Bring the wine, come listen to them, cause they